Theology Part 2, Sin. Now, this is going to be another challenging one to talk about, because when you hear the word sin, you immediately think of that guy at the pulpit screaming about how you're all going to hell, about how everything you do is wrong. This modern conception of sin, as if there's bad and then there's sin. As if sin is like the most evil, horrific thing that you can do. And if you think about sin in that manner, well, most people are decent people. So sin seems to be something reserved for serial killers and politicians. Once again, this is not what sin is. This is not what sin is talking about at all. And I'll be the first to admit that a lot of religious people completely overuse this word without understanding that their audience is attaching a different meaning to it than what they're attaching to it. Sin is the recognition that we constantly fall short. To put it into modern parlance, it's that we're all fuckheads. We're all idiots. We all screw things up. We all wake up in the morning on the wrong side of the bed and we go yell at somebody that doesn't deserve to be yelled at. That we're all jerks. We're all shitty people. That even when we're trying to be good people, we still screw up, we still stumble, and we go into sin. Sin doesn't mean killing a bunch of people. It doesn't mean stealing or lying necessarily. It's about the day-to-day actions that we screw up, that we could have done better. Sin is not getting 0% on a test. Sin is that 2% that you missed when you got 98% on it. And it's the recognition that we're all that way. We're all a little bit stupid. We're all a little bit foolish. And we're all tempted to do things that don't serve our ultimate ends. You might be trying to have a solid, stable, successful marriage. You're still going to be tempted by that girl in the HR department, the little 23-year-old that's flirting with you. It really bothers me when I hear these people yelling about sin so much, because they completely undermine the fact that we're all sinners. They make sin into this huge hellfire and damnation thing, and so your average person just walks by and ignores it. You hear somebody yelling about sin, you assume they're either crazy or they want you to join a cult or that they have the perfect prescription for how you're supposed to live your life when they have very little life experience outside of their small town. Yeah, of course you're going to ignore that. And it winds up just destroying, just wrecking the message in general. Sin is those screw-ups that we all make. There are certain cardinal sins. There are certain sins that might be beyond unforgivable, but it's the day-to-day sinning. It's the day-to-day stupid that we all do that we need to focus on. Talking about sin is a call to teleological purpose. It's asking, what are you really here to do? What can you do to make yourself better today to achieve that long-term end? Each day is a struggle at becoming a slightly better person, at cheating on your diet a little bit less, at being a bit more genuine, honest, and loving with your friends and family, about developing a better sense of justice and the courage to put that into the real world. And you're going to keep sinning the whole time. You are not going to do it perfectly, but you are going to be trying. And that is what sin is supposed to be all about. Rainy up, folks.